Hi, my name is Ethan Villarreal, and today I'm going to be talking about heroism in Greek mythology. Let's get to it. A hero, more specifically, is someone who takes courage and performs extraordinary acts to serve the common good, especially when smaller service actions are earned because of the admiration and willingness to not get fame and to be considered ordinary. Heroes were big in Greek mythology. They are more difficult to imagine outside of their associated stories, epics, and plays, and more towards the literary tradition. The five important traits of Greek heroes are that they die, perform extraordinary, not exemplary deeds, die in premature, violent, or mysterious ways, are worshipped at their gravesite, and are remembered in songs and rituals. One example of a hero is Achilles. In the ancient text, Homer's Iliad, he kills an enormous number of Trojans and fights Scamander, a divine god of the Trojan River. But Achilles also sits by and watches his allies die in battle while he cries and gets angry at Agamemnon for stealing his slaves. Achilles has mixed opinions because of his actions. But Achilles withdrew, according to Homer's Iliad, from his men, weeping and sat by the shore of the gray sea, gazing at the shadowy deep and stretching out his arms, passionately prayed to his dear mother. Now, this quote shows him wanting to not fight in battle and crying and getting angry at Agamemnon. But heroes make mistakes, and they learn from them. Achilles just needed the guidance from the Greek gods and goddesses. In Homer's Iliad, it states, Achilles, you're more than a man in strength and in dark deeds, too. And the gods always defend you. If Zeus wants you to kill every last Trojan, then at least drive them from my stream and do your grim work in the plain. My lovely channels are choked with the dead, and how I can send my waters down to the glittering sea, if you can go with your ruthless slaughter, fouling them with corpses. Prince among men, seize now you will upon me. This quote has failure to be important for learning and succeeding. No hero is perfect. Later in the text, fleet-footed Achilles replied, Scamander, child of Zeus, as you have said, so indeed it will be, for I shall not leave a killing Trojans till I have penned them in their city and tested Hector in close combat to see which of us shall die. With this, he rushed at the Trojans in the godlike fury. The action Achilles defines as being a hero. Achilles is the protagonist of stories and fights in wars, learning from his mistakes. One example of heroism throughout an ancient artifact is the sculpture The Dying Achilles, shown in this picture. Representing Achilles being struck by an arrow in his heel, the sculpture is by Christophe Vere. The little Pluto is attempting to remove the arrow, representing divine destiny through Achilles in the Trojan War. Another example of a hero is Hercules. He completes 12 nearly impossible deeds of strength and determination. He then becomes an immortal god. But Hercules also kills his wife and 2 sons from madness caused by Hera. In the primary text, Seneca Hercules Ferens, Seneca the Younger introduces Hercules in his journey of triumph as the misfortune he is signifying heroism. The primary text, Seneca Hercules Ferens, is from the Seneca the Younger, a Latin playwright and philosopher who thrived in Rome in the later half of the 1st century AD, under the rule of emperors Claudius and Nero. The context of the primary source is meant to emphasize ambition, madness, and responsibility through heroism. Hercules is first introduced in the primary text, coming on a mission, showing himself as a celebrity coming into picture. He symbolizes heroism straight into the audience, almost giving chills to signify how worthy he is to the gods. Seneca quotes Hercules, failed by my conquering hand, like his face down has smitten the earth. Next, whoever had been the tyrant's comrades lies low, how the comrade also of the punishment. And now as the victor will I bring offerings to my father and the heavenly gods, slay victims and honor the altars with sacrifice. Hercules is showing motivation to the audience, signifying his heroism. It is meant to be ambition, madness, and responsibility through his ethical conflict. It is a powerful message to never give up and to continue the fight for the good. To continue the heroism of Hercules, one artifact that shows the heroism is the amphora with Hercules and Bucerus. The artifact is pottery reflecting heroism. The object portrays the myth of Hercules and Bucerus.
The superhero that I mean is the ancient Greek demigod Heracles, or Hercules as the Romans called him. You can always recognize him in art because he wears a cape made from a lion skin, with the lion's head made into a hood. He supposedly strangled the enormous monster Nemean lion with his bare hands and took the skin as a wearable trophy.
The two main characters are Hercules and Busiris, the king of Egypt. Busiris was accustomed to the practice of sacrificing visitors to Zeus with the idea of protecting his land from the plague. Busiris was going to commit a sacrifice, and Hercules, frustrated over the humane practice, leaps in and kills Busiris. In the picture, Busiris is falling to the ground, dying, and Hercules is then fighting Egyptian priests in white clothing with bystanders watching. We can learn from heroism on all of this, from art, from pottery to ancient texts and other artifacts with Achilles, that taking courage and performing extraordinary acts to serve the common good and dying in premature ways shows heroism in Greek mythology. Thank you for your time.